seashells on the seashore.
Right. So now we are going to talk about the tongue twisters. Simply we can say what is the need of learning tongue twister, right? So after learning all the 44 sounds, we supposed to know how and where we are going to committing some pronunciation mistakes, right? To avoid such problem, we supposed to practice pair sounds. Simply we can say minimal pairs, right? So minimal pairs in the sense of similar sounds generally give a little bit confusion to the learners. For example, here we are talking about two sounds. Those are sa sound as well as sha sound, right? What are the two sounds we are practicing now? Sa sound and sha sound. Okay.
So,
Now, she sells seashells on the seashore. On the seashore or by the seashore. Sometimes, you know, the people they write on the seashore. Sometimes they write by the seashore. It's not at all a matter. Just we need to focus on sha sound and sa sound. So first one, sha. All right. Second one, sa. Then third one, sa. Then fourth one, sha. Next, sa. Then last one, sha. Okay. So now try to pronounce after me. She sells seashells on the seashore.
she sells on the seashore.
She sells
She
seashells
shells on the seashore.
shore. See, first one, sha. Second one, sa. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Sure.
Right? She sells seashells on the seashore. Repeat after me.
Himanshu ji,
Alok, don't
she
you
sells. She sells
seashells on the seashore.
Shore.
Right. She sells seashells on the seashore.
She sells seashells on the seashore.
Your voice is breaking.
She sells seashells on the seashore. Right. I'll give you one more simple one.
Seashells on the seashore.
Yes. I'll give you another one. Right. You'll be able to easily identify and you'll be able to easily answer that. Right. So now I'll give you 1 minute time. Right. So what you're supposed to do is you have to read this line or this tongue twister as fast as you can. Right. Within the 1 minute time, you practice without any mistake. How many times you are going to read it or how many times you are going to recite it, just count. I'll count. Any one of you start, then after we will decide who will be the winner. Right. So who is going to start first?
Alok
After
sir,
1 minute.
let's start.
Right.
After 1 minute.
Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry.
Yellow. Yeah, yellow.
Yes, yellow lorry.
Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red
Fast.
lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red
Fast,
lorry, yellow
fast,
lorry.
fast.
Red lorry, yellow lorry. 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 That's it.
Okay, now
Or
it's
more.
time for Himanshu.
Red lorry, yellow lorry, 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 red lorry, yellow lorry.
Right,
That's it.
right. So you decide who's the winner. So as far as winner concerned, you both are winners.
Pramod Kumar ji is the winner.
No, no, no.
No.
You both are
First,
winners.
tell us the gift you are going to give us. Then we'll decide.
So my best gift is I'll give you the best content ever before you have seen. Right?
Then
So,
both are the winners.
yes, that's what I said. You both are the winners.
Yeah.
Right? So today only, in the morning, I framed the curriculum. So the curriculum is completely from Cambridge University syllabus. So that is what the syllabus we are going to start in a couple of days, right? So we started with sentence formation. The basics of English language sentence formation, and then transcription of sentences, then tenses, then transcription of tenses, right? Then questioning and answering, right? So now then after we started the pronunciation, like all 44 sounds, and then we are practicing a little bit confusing sounds. So these are all the minimal pairs. So if you observe the sha sound and sa sound similar, mostly we get confused in a sentence if they repeat continuously. And similarly, r and l, ra sound, la sound, red lorry, yellow lorry, right? So these kind of confusions also will be there. And I'll give you one more thing, right? Here comes the third one. So now you can go for your third one on your mobile phones.
Any noise, unnoise, and oyster, but and noise.
So this is the third one.
Any noise and noise.
Any noise or
Any noise.
noise and oyster, but a noisy noise and noise and oyster more. All right?
Right, sir.
Right. So who is going to start this? Any noise?
Any
or
noise,
noise?
a noise.
Yeah. So first I'll read, then after you can practice it. All right? So any noise or noise and oyster, but a noisy noise and noise and oyster more. Now it's time for Alok Jain.
Any noise, a noise, an oyster, but a noisy noise, a noise, an oyster more. Any noise, a noise, an oyster, but a noisy noise, a noise, a oyster more. Any noise, a noise, an oyster, but a noisy noise, a noise, an oyster more. Any noise, a noise, an oyster, but a noisy noise, a noise, an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Fine, sir?
Right.
Okay.
Now Himanshu, it's time for Himanshu.
Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. Any noise annoys an oyster, but a noisy noise annoys an oyster more. That's it.
Right. Now the fourth one. Fourth one. How many boards would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? Right? How many boards would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored?
How many boats would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongols hoard if the Mongols hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongols hoard if the Mongols hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongol hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongol hordes if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongols hoard if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongol hordes if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongol hordes if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongol hordes if the Mongol hordes got bored? How many boats would the Mongol hordes if the Mongol hordes got bored? That's it.
Right. Now it's time for Himanshu. Himanshu is there.
Himanshu, speaker and video have both.
Yeah. Now it's time for
Sir,
Himanshu.
please give me some time to call.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, I know better a tongue twister. May I recite it?
Yeah, please.
Are you hearing, sir?
Yes.
Prakash P. Patel plan to peel papaya in Pune. Prakash P. Patel plan to peel papaya in Pune. Prakash P. Patel plan to peel papaya in Pune.
Good. Right. So these are the sounds. The intention behind all these tongue twisters practice. You know, we learned the sounds, but we are getting a little bit confusion. Like, you know, for South Indians, there is a problem with sha and sa sound.
Okay, sir.
Right. This is the problem with South Indians mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They face this problem. The similarly, North Indians, pa and fa sound.
And pa.
Yes. All right. So they pronounce it. I mean, for example, they pronounce it fa. They pronounce it as pa, par,
Hmm.
right? Because par is there, fa is not there in Hindi,
Hmm.
right? So pa sound is there, but pa sound is not there in Hindi alphabet. That's why we get confused.
Oh, sorry,
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please, please.
Pramod sir, sorry. I'm also having a call from my office.
Okay. So
Just-
okay, no issues. So it's already
Yeah.
5:20. So 10 more minutes left. So we are going to
How many
close our,
boards would
yeah. So
I
we are
leave
going to
here? How
close our
many boards
session.
would yeah.
So we will continue tomorrow, no problem. So we will start spoken English, direct spoken English tomorrow onwards, right?
Uh-huh. So these are the tongue twister. How they are helping us? Just I want to know.
Yeah.
In spoken English.
So these are the tongue twisters where we get confused in pronunciation generally. So that's what I'm talking about here. So in the South Indian people, they get confused the sounds like sha and sa. Right here, I mentioned that sha sound and sa sound. Right. Similarly, the North Indian people, they get a little bit confusion with pa sound and fa sound. Right. So for example, in the Hindi, we have pa sound and fa sound, but there is no fa in Hindi. Right.
Right, sir.
So in that case, what happens is, for example, if you want to pronounce fa sound, unknowingly we pronounce it as a pa.
Uh-huh.
So to avoid such problems, once if you are able to identify the area where you are committing a little mistake or a little confusion with the sounds, if you are able to identify, so there are, if you have browsed the YouTube, there will be thousands of tongue twisters like this, right? So once if you are able to identify where you are getting confused, then after you can practice with there is a song. It's a small kind of song. It's a kind of song. I'll give you that song. So by practicing that exercise, it's a mouth exercise. If you practice that mouth exercise, what will happen is automatically you can overcome that problem. Confusion
Okay,
between
sir.
two similar sounds. Right?
Okay, sir.
So for example, I'll give you the song. Sa 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 sa. Sha sa sa sha sa sa sha sa sa sa. Sha sa sa sha sa sa sha sa sa sa. Sa 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 sha. Like that. For example, if you are facing any problem with pa and fa, pa 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 fa, fa 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 fa, like that. Right?
Okay.
So if you practice two sounds together, automatically your mouth will habituate to pronounce those sounds together side by side also. Right? So
Okay,
this
sir.
is a oral practice purpose. Today I conducted this activity only for oral practice, not for the spoken English. It's not going to relate with the spoken English. It's related with our pronunciation, completely pronunciation. In our previous class, we discussed all the 44 sounds and their pronunciation. So for that continuation, I have conducted this activity only for understanding your stopping grounds. Stopping grounds in the sense where you are committing a little mistake in the pronunciation. Once you are able to identify that mistake, then automatically you will be able to overcome that problem. Right?
Understood.
Yeah, that's why I conducted this. Actually, I wish to show you that video, but then you will be able to easily understand what exactly mean by Indianism. Indianism is not, it's not Indianism. Unfortunately, the Western people, Western country people have given the name as Indianism. So it should be called as Orientalism. So Orientalism in the sense, the mother tongue influencing the foreign language. The mother tongue accent influencing the foreign language. So that that mother tongue interference or simply we can say MTA, mother tongue interference or mother tongue influence, right? So to
Right, sir.
avoid that problem, we are just practicing this,
Okay, sir.
right?
Okay.
So
Understood.
tomorrow onwards, we will start actual speaking classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So far, we discussed sentence formation, transcription, so how to change from one tense to another tense, and how to question and how to get the answer. These are the areas we discussed. And for adding that, how to pronounce the words and what is the stopping grounds we observe. So these are the areas we discussed so far. By tomorrow onwards, we are going to start complete Cambridge University level spoken English. There, what I'm going to do is, I'll give you a context with the audio, the actual native
Mm-hmm.
speaker pronunciation. So you're supposed to listen to the audio and try to repeat after the audio every day, right? So
Okay, sir. Okay.
simultaneously with the audio practice and audio in the sense, so I'll give you a conversation. For example, buying a thing, something from a shop. So what would be the conversation between the shopkeeper and the customer? So in that case, how the native speakers are communicating. For example, the learning English and spoken English is a little bit different. So for example, in India, what we do, the learners of English language, what we do, if I ask, how are you? What would be your answer?
Fine, thank you.
I'm
Fine,
good.
thank you. Anything else?
I'm
good.
great.
Right? So generally, most of the people, what we do is, I mean, the learners of English language, what we do is, simply we will say, I'm fine, thank you, how about you? So this is the pattern we learned.
Mm-hmm.
But 90% of native speakers of English language, they don't use these kind of structured language. If you ask how are you, they will say good, fine, great, doing well, pretty well, not bad. So these kind of answers we will get, right? So
Right.
so this is the difference where we can easily identify whether they are the native speakers or the learners of other language, right? So we can easily identify by observing their language, the structure of language. So to avoid that problem also, we are going to use the actual native speakers language, actual native speakers pronunciation, right? The content completely purely from Cambridge University. I mean, the standards, all the standards from Cambridge University. We are going to follow the Cambridge University standards, and we are going to learn complete spoken English, not the learning English. We are going to acquire English knowledge. So I'll tell you the difference between acquiring and learning. Learning in the sense, the academic purpose. We are going to do all the things in your schools, in your colleges, like right from the childhood, we have been doing learning English language. But for special purposes, like for doing jobs, for doing any special requirements for telecallers.
Commercial restrictions.
Yes, commercial
Yes.
telecallers. They need to communicate with different country people, right? So in that case, they're supposed to know how to communicate and what is the slang the customer is expecting from us. So that kind of slang also is supposed to know. That is what called pronunciation, right? So if you know all those things, automatically we will be able to we don't need to become as a native speaker, or we don't need to become, or we don't need to sound like a native speaker. But there is a word called MTI, mother tongue influence, right? So we have to reduce our MTI and we have to reach a level called neutral level. So if it is the neutral level, in the sense, automatically our neutral accent is going to be acceptable to the whole world. There are different accents like American accent, British accent, Welsh accent. All the accents are there. All the native countries, native speakers of English, they have their own accent. Similarly, we Indians have our own accent. So what we supposed to do is, we supposed to reach to the neutral accent, right? So that's why we are going to practice with native speakers accent. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
tomorrow onwards, we are going to have complete native accent practice. Okay.
Right.
So and before we are going to practice that, try to identify the sounds where you are stumbling, where you are facing a little bit problem. Okay,
Identify the.
identify your identify your stopping grounds. So for example, I have given two examples, right? Sha sound and sa sound, pa sound or fa sound, ba and wa also, ba, wa. Like that,
Wow.
there are some minimal pairs. So while pronouncing the sounds, if you are facing any difficulty in pronouncing any particular sound, right? So if you identify that sound, then it will be very useful for us to overcome that problem, right? So today's class is only for identifying our stopping grounds.
Okay.
Okay, today we did not learn any new concept, but we understood how to identify our problem. That is the only concept we learned today.
Definitely.
Okay, so it is no new concept. All the tongue twisters are there in the YouTube. You don't need to learn it, and we are not
Yes.
using them in our day-to-day life. That is the actual truth.
Yes.
Right? So, but why this is, why this tongue twisters concept has been there in our content, in the sense to identify our stopping ground, only to identify our problem. Okay.
Right.
So try to identify your problems and try to overcome that. Tomorrow onwards, we will have complete spoken English. So there we will discuss every day. There will be a new topic, no old topic. Every day new topic. We need to practice it. The participants. So far there are only two participants, you and Himanshu. So we two people can practice every day.
Right, sir.
Okay.
Definitely.
So that is about for today's and tomorrow's class. That's for today. Okay. So we will meet tomorrow by 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
And sir, if I want to improve my writing or written,
Okay.
I mean to say that if I want to improve my copywriting skill.
So there are two different things. Writing in a sense, writing for academic purpose, or writing for improving your handwriting. So there are two different.
No. Handwriting is not.
Yeah.
Handwriting
So,
is not the issue.
Okay.
Because I will just type on the computer, type on the system. So
Okay.
there is no writing issue. But writing is related to correspondence, client discussions, letters, it's like that things.
Okay. So you are expecting that writing part also.
Yes, sir.
Right. So in that case, what happened?
If no issue, if first of all spoken is the spoken will be well and good, and then we'll start it as soon as and it will be completed the part, then we'll go
Sure.
further.
That's the good idea, right? And so once let's complete this spoken part. Once we are good at spoken English, then we can focus on written also.
Right, sir. Because we can get some more confidence.
Yeah. And if you want to see that curriculum, what we are going to what we are going to practice tomorrow onwards, I'll show you a little bit. So this is what the Word document I prepared today. So this is the syllabus. This is the content we are going to use for by tomorrow onwards. So far we are here. Importance of correct pronunciation and tongue twisters, right?
So sir, mind your language.
Yeah,
I think it's a different type of video.
No, it's not a different type of video. This is
discussion
or
conversation.
Yeah, this is a video on how the mother tongue influence the people. To show that, I just.
Yes, I know, Mr. Brown.
Exactly.
Mr. Brown and,
yes. So that's why I mentioned remarks. So these are the things we are going to use, right?
Yes, very funny. Yes.
And if you observe here, so we are at the 9th topic, right? All the 8 topics we discussed. So we are at the 9th topic. Today, unfortunately, we couldn't be able to watch this video, Mind Your Language.
No issue. Sir, I have seen.
So if
I have
possible,
seen a
try
lot
to
of
watch that
videos.
video, right? You
Yes,
can
sir. I have
easily,
seen.
yeah,
I
you
have
can
seen
easily
lot of
understand
videos.
how the mother tongue influence the people,
Right, sir.
right? So there are different state people, right? So all the different states people, they have their own mother tongue influence. Like
Yes.
Punjab people, they have their own mother tongue influence, and
Four,
you know,
four,
some
four, four.
South people have their own mother tongue influence, and the Pakistani wala has his own influence.
Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese, Chinese, everyone has their own influence, right? So similarly,
Yes,
so those are all called mother tongue influence. So how to bring back from the mother tongue influence to a language or an accent where the world accept? That level is known as neutral accent. So our accent should be neutral one. So our mother tongue should not influence our language. That's why we're supposed to understand that. So if you observe the 9th one, topic name also I mentioned, importance of correct pronunciation and tongue twisters. So today's topic is only on this concept, to understand the importance of pronunciation and try to practice tongue twisters to identify our stopping ground. Okay, so that is the today's concept. So from tomorrow onwards, if you observe, every day there is a different concept here, right? So if you see here, I clearly mentioned the remarks, Cambridge only speaking, right? So Cambridge only speaking. There is no other information we are going to use. We are going to use only Cambridge information, right? And simultaneously, what I'm going to do is, so if you observe there, I mentioned a different topics. So first topic will be unspoken. Second topic will be on vocabulary improvement. And third topic will be asking questions and answering.
Yes.
Right. So every day there will be 10 words, 10 new words, and 35 questions and answers. Every day there will be a speaking activity, improving vocabulary, and asking and answering questions. Right. So that part we are going to discuss for the rest of the days of this spoken English language training. Right.
At the end, I'm just asking few things. You have created your channel, sir.
Yes.
So what's the exact name of channel?